sitting up here. If you look over here, we only have one extra chair.
All right, have you found your seats? Have you found your neighbors? Yeah! All right, let's try again. How are you doing tonight? You know, almost believable. One more time. How are you doing tonight? All right, look, you're already warming up. It's fantastic to see you. It is a great night. And if there's one thing I can stress, the world is better because you are here today. So I'm just so glad that you are all here.
Do we have enough chairs?
Let's add more. Why would we have to add more chairs, Crystal?
Because we have so many people here! If you auditioned last week and indeed got into the choir, please stand up. We have Justin in the bass baritone section.
Welcome.
We have Keith in the tenor section, although we're going to chat with you about that, Keith. We have Star in the alto section. Missing a piece. I have three more people. All right, lovely, lovely. And we have one new auditionee tonight. Hello. We have one new auditionee tonight, Catherine Moore. So I am a tiny bit headless today, as you can tell. Headless chicken. Does anybody live near Piner in Santa Rosa?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you give Gordon a ride home?
Yeah.
Great. All right. Excellent. Oh, and we're just putting out chairs.
Crystal, I added up some music.
Great. Excellent. Okay. How's everybody feeling tonight? Good? Okay, great. Thanks. Did everybody check their folders? Yes. If you did not check your folder, please check your folder. We have another piece for you. We have Gordon's piece, actually, Red Gold Move. I'm not going to lie. I'm really excited for Red Gold Moon. I have put it up to the PC for 3 years, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty stoked that it's this. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, you're on.
All right. Well, welcome. I'm just thrilled that you're here. And as such, let's hop into warm up. Please rise as you're able. Today, your theme is flying a kite for warm ups today. You weren't here last week. We did rainstorms and rainbows. So I would like you to take a second, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and exhale. I would like you to center yourself with one more deep breath, and exhale. Picture yourself on a windy hill. Perfect. Can you now hold the string of a kite in both your hands? Arms extended slightly forward, feeling the kite tugging upward. Lean back slightly, chest open as the wind is pulling you skyward. The kite dips. You run and place a few steps to keep up with it. Arms pumping. Now look up, stretching your neck and opening your chest to the sky. The kite sways left. Step and stretch to the left. Oh no! The kite whips to the right. Stretch to the right. Finally, lift both arms high as the kite soars straight above you, catching the wind. And then lift that kite, guide that kite to the ground. Keep your body tall, like you're holding the kite steady. Inhale deeply, expanding your ribs, and exhale on a long hiss. Imagining the kite string staying taut and steady. Try again. Inhale the breeze. Exhale steady. And relax. Now you will change the wind. Take that deep breath in. Blow out on a soft, airy shh, as if you're letting the kite drift higher and higher and higher on the wind. One more deep breath in. And exhale with a pulse like the string tugging against your hand. You can feel it tightening and releasing. And now as you set your arms at your side, take a slow, deep breath in. And exhale on a note, a hum of your choosing. Feeling the resonance, like the kite vibrating in the wind. And over a count of 8, I would like you to find a nice unison note. 8, you're gonna 7, but don't stop singing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Nice deep breath in. Chew that for a moment. Tap across your face. Tap across your forehead. Pull on those ears. And yawn. He's siren on a hum. Again on a foo. This is going to be. And every time you hit that M, do as much work to not let it drop the pitch, because it's just a constant stream of air. Ready? Can we start a little more on top of the pitch? Keep it nice and fluid all the way through, driving that energy forward. Can you take a fish bowl, like you'd win at the fair, at your belly button and swirl it without spinning the imaginary water? With me, please. Or a stemless watered wine glass if that's your preference. For some of you, that was the difference. Now you're going to imagine you're a beautiful unicorn. Give me a horn. And you'll give me a full extension on that. Ready? Two more. I lied, one more. Lovely. Once you had your unicorn horn of power, it was so much better. You were so connected and engaged with what you were doing. Can you please, can we go to G major? Too beautiful. Make the May a little bit brighter and then give me a gorgeous O at the end. Ready? Don't let it go flat. Exhale at the end. Don't slow down. Last one. Everyone's favorite time of the week. Let's do it on numbers first. So this exercise is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4. You're going to repeat after me, actually. Let's do D major. All right. So repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You got the easy part. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Ready? Ready?
1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1.
And then it's 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1.
1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1.
All together, ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. 1, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. 1, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1.
That's really hard to do. You feel good about that?
Yes.
Great. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So without the curving hands, I was just saying that much.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Ready? Perfect. And then it's do, so. You're always going to come back to this so. Ready? Do, so, fa, so, mi, so, re, so. Do, so, fa, so, mi, re, sorry. Do, so, fa, so, mi, so, re, so. Do, so, fa, so, la, ti, do. It's not that bad. Almost there. All right, one more time, a little bit faster. Please do the hand signs as best as you can, even if it's. I don't care, but do make an attempt. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Do, fa, mi, re, do, fa, mi, re, do. Do, fa, mi, re, do, fa, mi, do.
It's hard. Split in half. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ready? All right, but on solfege. Ready?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, re, mi, re, do. Sol, fa, mi, re, do. Do, sol, fa, sol, mi, re, do. Do, sol, fa, sol, mi, re, do. Do, sol, fa, sol, mi, re, do. Sol, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Switch, please. Ready?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Sol, fa, mi, re, do. Do, sol, fa, sol, mi, re, so. Do, sol, fa, sol, mi, re, do. Do, sol, fa, sol, mi, re, do.
Thank you for remembering. You did it! last one. You wouldn't even let me do that much a year ago, so well done. So it's time for more. This half the choir, you're this end. This half the choir, you're this end. Yeah? Ready? That was just a little bit of work, right? Okay, please. So let's take a quick moment. As we talked about, we're going to do a little bit of listening, a little bit of reading at the beginning of every rehearsal. And this is the last week of slow music for your appreciation. But it is slow music for your appreciation. So this next piece is somewhere in here, right here. It's Jake Renestad's Let My Love Be Heard. We'll play in a second. Can I have someone hit the lights there at the back? I can do it. Someone? So, I want to talk to you for a quick second, and then I'm going to ask the person information. So, the director you see in the photo in the middle, his name is Dr. Jonathan Talberg at CSU Long Beach. He is perhaps one of the most exceptional directors in the state, and he believes you should never lower the bar for your choral singers. His singers in the middle of grief learned that in one rehearsal. If you missed that information, they learned that in one rehearsal right after one of their classmates died. Could you imagine? Well, that's a whole different story that we could talk about right now. Perhaps I should not bring rehearsal down too much. I also want to talk about something really quickly. And it's something that keeps coming up, and we're going to talk about it a little bit at the retreat. The singers of this choir, one of the most unchurched generations of all time. For them, it didn't matter that it said Angels of God, because it wasn't about that. It was about music that was just transformative. And sometimes it's really great to sing music that's transformative. And I'm not saying that if you have trauma, your trauma is invalid. But I do want to say sometimes we have to find ourselves in the music, even if the content is not of us. So like the other thing, if you asked choral singers in the last 15 years that have been doing like professional choral music, this is almost always in their top 10. It was like life altering for all of these people. This changed the choral world forever. That's why it's kind of our last slow piece for the last little bit, because it's just gorgeous. And the harmony, could you imagine having to sing that close together in that intimate space with only singing it for like an hour? I couldn't. It's really beautiful. I sang this last year at the director's conference. So you didn't get a photo this time, or video last time, whereas last time there was a lot of information that you digested about visually what you saw. I'd love to know what you heard this time through. Jim and then Gallagher.
So I'm struck with how simple the melody was, and because I'm trying to learn about composition and stuff, I was like, oh, listen, there's no difficult key changes. They're repeating many of the same lines. Those are things that I can imagine actually learning fairly easily, and still the quality of the sound was really beautiful. Like you mentioned, we tend to oversing a lot because they're trying to fill the space. They weren't oversinging at all. They were like way, way back, and just letting the natural acoustics create the sound for them and fill the space.
Yeah.
And it was very, very consistent all the way through. And because they were singing something that was kind of easy on their voices, nobody was flubbing anything. It was just like totally perfect all the way through.
It's great. Calvin.
Two things.
And
One-
Rachel in the middle.
One of the things that I'm very grateful for you and for the choir about is bringing heart to music. We heard music last week that was technically wonderful. It was absolutely great. But emotionally, it was quite dead. These people, there was no separation between who they are and how they sing. The second thing was, I don't know how they achieved this, maybe it's because they are just so good. It sounded like 4 people singing. When the tenors came in on that first, it was like one person in tone, in timbre. It was fantastic.
And that's a 30% ensemble.
It was mesmerizing.
And I had Rachel and Angela do that.
Well, I can see in the picture that they have a lot of space in between them, but they also, what I heard, was a lot of space in their words too, and they allow the music to live within the singing.
That's lovely. And we're not always afforded that luxury, but yes. So like they're in what's considered ideal standing, which is about elbow width apart from one another. They each could put up an elbow and not touch. Our risers are not that large, as you know. But one day.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put the stage on this side.
Perfect. That's the whole stage. This is the audience. I love it. I had Frank.
What Calvin said was that's the first thing I noticed throughout the whole thing. You never heard one standout voice. And every time a group came in, it was just a perfect balance of tone and intonation and timbre. And there were no, high voices kind of floating in the top. It was all just meshed together and just spectacular. And I can't believe it in an hour, except that they obviously been singing together for a little bit.
Right, like, they're music majors, right?
Yeah.
We can afford them the yes and moments. Exactly.
Yeah.
And to speak to Calvin's point and Frank's point, it was emotionally relevant the whole way through.
Yeah.
No matter how small, no matter how big. And I will say that is one of the things that we get consistent feedback about, is that you are emotionally consistent. And people love the music you make because you're emotionally invested. But what if this season we had a goal of, what if our sections really did sound like a voice? Not because your voice needs to be quashed, but because we've developed our total sound so well that we get to go, wow. Like that's a magical experience. And so when we pick music, when PC looks at it, these are things that we get to think about. And I think there's several songs this season that you will have that opportunity. I have maybe 2 more. Sure.
I didn't see the conductor move.
No, this was a special. But Jonathan is a like towering individual, and he just he's just this kind of director. He's not going to give you more than you must have.
I heard pain and grief and anger and grief and pain again. Kind of like what Rachel said, like it all, like letting it be there.
This might be one of my favorite parts of rehearsal, and if you've known me for a long time, I hate getting to rehearsal time. This is one of my favorite uses because we are all better when we listen to great music. So really quickly, let me share something with you that I think you'll really like. This is an excerpt from a book called Lab Girl by Hope Jahren. Let's take something that felt perhaps inaccessible from some of you all the way to the humanist point of view. Hope Jahren is an American geochemist, geobiologist, and professor at U of Louisiana Lafayette. A seed knows to wait. Most seeds wait for several years before starting to grow. A cherry seed can wait 100 years with no problem. What exactly each seed is waiting for is known only to that seed. Some unique trigger combination of temperature, moisture, light, and many other things is required to convince a seed to jump off the deep end and take its chance, to take its one and only chance to grow. A seed is alive while it waits. You'll see where this ties into our season. Every acorn on the ground is just as alive as the 300-year-old oak that towers over it. Neither the seed nor the old oak is growing. They are both just waiting. Their waiting differs, however, in that the seed is waiting to flourish while the tree is only waiting to die. When you go into a forest, you probably tend to look up at the plants that have grown so much taller than you ever could. You probably don't look down, where just beneath your single footprint sits 101,000 seeds, each one alive and waiting. When you're in the forest, for every tree you see, there are no less than 3 million more trees waiting in the soil, fervently wishing to be. When the embryo of the seed starts to grow, it basically just stretches out of its doubled over waiting posture, elongating into the official ownership of the form that it assumed years ago. The hard coat that surrounds a peach pit, a sesame or a mustard seed, or a walnut shell mostly exists to